Hi everyone. Victor again here from ALVINI and streaming live from our Limerick office. And today we're gonna have a Dovpo day. Stay tuned. So let's get this show started. As I promised, today we have a Dovpo day, and we'll be trying the new tank which I received. You see, it's still in the packaging. Haven't even opened it yet, and we're gonna try it on the top side. Remember, this was like 2-3 weeks ago. I did the unboxing of this guy, so we'll be trying to put it on to combine the Dovpo topside light in the battery version. Yeah, we won't need the squonking version. We'll just do the single battery version, and we're gonna try this tank out and then see how it performs. Okay, cool. First things first, I promised that I'm gonna do my final thoughts about this guy. The chipset is the same as on the topside single battery version before. There's nothing much to tell about that. About this, I did dismantle it, take it apart. Bad news for all those topside users who already have them bottles. This bottle is not compatible with the topside bottles, which had already like them filling on the top already kind of all in one into bottle. Where the bottle on one side was all hard plastic and then the squonking just in the front. This is just a plain squonking tube. If you want, I can quickly actually take it apart. It's only 2 screws to remove, so I'm gonna actually show you right now so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so for that I'll be switching the cameras. Just a sec. So yeah, that's the top side light. I'm just gonna put it the way you can see it better. Yeah, that's top side light. We gonna leave this one for now there. So that's actually the squonking bottle. We have 2 screws on each side here. Actually, I'll try to zoom in so you can see it better. Like this, yeah. So you see them 2 screws here on the top. It's simple to this take him out, and I'll just quickly show you how it's gonna look, because this guy we won't be using today anyway. So just a quick screw out one and then the other one. Oops. So no, it still needs to be a bit more done. Okay. So basically, when you take the screws out, oops, almost lost them. So that's your top part. So we remove here that's your filling hole. Yeah, the cap is screwed on. This is then your that's where the liquid is being pulled up. When you squonk it, yeah, the liquid is being pushed up and comes out here and connects with this valve and gets in there, yeah. But what I wanted to show you is this is just, you see, just regular silicone bottle. Looks like this. See, it's soft on both sides, so it won't be compatible with the regular topside bottles. Which had on this side, they had a hard plastic and then soft silicone here on this side. Yeah, so that's basically how it's gonna look if you dismantle it. You most probably gonna be taking it apart just to clean, wash, and everything, like, because when it's put in there, it's kind of hard to do the maintenance job on it. Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna put these aside and put it all back together a little bit later. Don't want to use up your time. So For us today, we're going to be using this part. We're going to remove that valve for the liquid. And then we're going to be using this single battery attachment, which goes on like this. So this is going to be our mod for today. We're going to try it together with the Dovpo Ohmage tank. Okay, now let's zoom out and switch the cameras back. So that's our new tank which we got. I found it really interesting. That's why I decided to grab a couple of them, show to you guys. If anybody is interested, we have it listed on the website as well for a couple of days. So this has been sitting there and waiting for this live to be opened for the very first time. So let's check it out. I actually want to see how it's going to perform. What caught my attention about this tank is that they have dual stacked mesh coils, which is, I think, the first one on the market. I've seen dual, triple, quadruple coils, mesh coils. They all, have coils around like this, like revolver kind of looking principle. Here they have one coil, one hole, one for the airflow, but coils are stacked above each other, above underneath each other. So two dual stacked ones, and that was interesting thing. I thought, okay, I have to check it out and show you guys as well. Okay, cool. So let's dive back down, and let's take this one apart, and I'll show what it comes with. We do a couple of measurements and then see what happens. I took today the black one. Yeah, I thought it's going to be kind of matching colors with this black and red, and this has also black top, so I think it's going to be interesting. Okay, let's dive down and let's take that beast apart. So that's the Ohmage tank. Comes in a TPD version, hence we have also the warning here. In 2 mil, but has also the 5 mil bubble glass included. So to open this, we have to take off the packaging. So that's the tank. On the front we have the Ohmage tank, Dovpo, and it is a collaboration between the Dovpo and Mr. Just Right. Yeah, you can see it up here. On the side is just Dovpo. Why it's constantly focusing in. Yeah, let's leave it at this focus. Okay. On the back we have, let's zoom in and see what's there on the back. Like this. Okay, then they write the Ohmage, the industry's first dual stacked mesh coil, adjustable flavor controller. I was like, what? Flavor controller? Okay, aka airflow. Then multiple resistance coils, actually there are only 2, and balance vapor and flavor production. That's what they say about their tank. Then the package contents is Ohmage tank, 5, I repeat, 5 coils, 1 is pre-installed, bubble glass, accessories bag, and wrench tool. Interesting. What the wrench tool is meant for, let's find it out. Okay, on the bottom there are importers. That's pretty much it about this tank packaging from outside. So let's take it, open up the bad boy. So that's what you get in the box. We have the tank. We have the spare bubble glass. What else is in the box? Then we have the social media information where you can find and follow them. Dovpo technology. Okay. Then we have a little instruction manual consisting of 3 pages. and running. So nothing extraordinary there. These quality approved. I don't really think anybody's checking each tank there in China with the mass production they are doing, but they put these in, yeah, quality certificates. Just ignore it. Okay, this is the bag of the spare O-rings and the wrench tool, and we have 4 coils down here, and they are rated at 0.16 ohm and 2 rated at 0.2 ohm. What is actually interesting with them coils, I saw it's okay. Let's open one. No, the 0.16. Let's take the 0.2. I'm gonna take one out because I need to show you something on it. Okay, that's the coil. Let's zoom in more on the coil so I can show you something here. Okay, this is the 0.2 ohm and it's rated 40 to 55 watts. Okay, I understand it's hard to see there right now on the video. But what is interesting about these guys is that the 0.2 ohm is rated at higher watts than actually 0.16 ohm one, because the 0.16 ohm says 30 to 45 watts, and this guy is 40 to 55 watts. Oops, like this. That's really interesting, because usually lower ohms means you can go higher in the wattage, and here is other way around. That's kind of interesting to see that they are bending the Ohm's laws of physics, you know. So, and nothing else in the box. Okay, now let's put the coils first aside, glass aside. Here is the tank. Let's start from top to bottom, okay? So on the top we have really nice kind of semi-transparent 810 drip tip, which is a goon type drip tip, so without an O-ring. That's how it looks from the top. Actually, I don't know if you can see, but I can see them 2 meshes as well there in the coil. Nice knurling here on the top to open. So let's open it. Then we have 2 kidney shaped filling holes. What is interesting that these holes are cut in there, but this is actually sitting flat. If you take a look, it's just flat. Could be problem here when you fill it, that if a drop of liquid is on this surface and then you put this cap back on, and this is also with silicone here, so that it's gonna push out some of the liquid on the outside. I think that could be the case. Okay, let's try it a bit later on when I'm gonna fill this guy up, but I think that could be the problem with this. Although here it's not perfectly flat on the silicone here, maybe then the liquid is gonna be caught here because it's not perfectly flat. So, you know, like flat surface on flat surface, then it pushes out everything what's in between in terms of liquid. But anyway, we're gonna try it a bit later. Okay, so that's how it looks from the top. No, we cannot open here. The top part we can't open. So that's pretty much it. Okay, let's put this. Okay, I like this opening mechanism for refilling. Yeah, it's not screwing all the time. It's just literally take it, half twist, and open. Yeah, they have this bayonet type open close mechanism, same actually as with the profile Unity. Yeah, I kind of really like it because it's fast and convenient to open and close. If you want to fill it, just half turn, remove, stick it back, half turn, close. That's it. Okay, this is a 2 mil, obviously the straight glass. That's the bubble glass. Let's see what else is there. So on the bottom we have airflow adjustment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes on one side and 6 holes on the other side. So the airflow adjustment is actually, yeah, is on the black version is going to be hard for you to see that they are closing. Oh yeah, I can see it's closing, 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 and completely. So we have 6 holes from small to big on both sides, and if you close it halfway on this side, it's going to be closed on the other side as well halfway. Same thing. On the bottom we have the Dovpo logo, Mr. Just Right, and the serial, and this is the 905th tank actually produced. That's actually interesting. Here on the bottom, I don't know if you can see, they are like two kind of cut in. I don't know what are they meant to be, but you see it's gonna catch some dust and dirt in there. I don't know why they did cut these two things in there. I don't know what's actually supposed to be. Okay, let's then take the bottom part off. So that's how the bottom airflow part is going to look like. These coils are the P&P, like plug and play or push and puff, whatever you could call, yeah, that principle. So there are no threads on the coils, and this part is only the airflow adjustment in the base. Yeah, looks like it's the center pin makes the contact with these gold plated or brass plated. Have no info about that. Actually, the Dovpo's own website is really, there's no info about them coils. I would love to read more about that, how they made the dual stack and what's so interesting about it, but there's no info on the website. Okay, that's the bottom part. Now let's try to pull out the coil. Okay, so far I got it out. It's okay, with the top O-ring and this knurling here on the top, it's kind of catches in here. So you have to align it really straight to get it out. To get it back in, it's actually easy. To pull out, you have to kind of like align it to get it out. Yeah, and that's the coil again, 0.2 ohm, 42 to 55 watts. So let's see if I can show you how it looks inside. Try to zoom even closer. So if you take a look inside, you see the mesh on the top, then there is just the cotton, and then the mesh comes on the bottom as well. From other side you can see it that good. So that's the dual stocked. So we have the mesh here on the top part and then mesh on the bottom part. And in this coil, actually, we, as you see, we have these juice holes only on the bottom. What I think is going to be really interesting to see how this coil is going to perform, because the juice gets in here, obviously soaks the cotton around on the bottom mesh, but there is mesh signals on the top. What's going to be with the wicking? That will be actually interesting to try out, because juice only gets here and saturates here. Here on the top, let's see, let's try it out. Okay, now if you want to change the glass, then let's zoom a bit more out so you can see a bit more like that. So if you need to change the glass or you want to change the glass, then we just keep open here the bottom part. Now keep screwing. That's a long thread. Okay, the O-ring got stuck here as well, I see, on the glass. Okay, let's push it out. Oh, Jesus, can't get it out. That's interesting. Okay, got the O-ring. Oh, it's fresh and really stiff. Can get the glass off. That's what happens if you try to do it first. No, I can't get it off now. Okay, I'll leave it. Just need to put the O-ring back in here. Which side? Okay, I reckon that's this side. Here we go. The O-ring is back on. Okay, apologies. I just can't get this glass off it, so it's really stuck to the O-ring up here. Okay, we'll try it on a 2mm version, and later I'll see if I can get it off and put it on the bubble glass, because the 2mm, honestly, with the Subohm is really pain in the butt to keep refilling it so often. Okay, now the tank, let's assemble it all back. Okay, the threads are actually nice and smooth. It's not the worst machinery. I've seen worse, actually. The threads are actually nice and smooth here as well. I really like this way how to fill it. Okay, it comes with this 810 drip tip. Let's see if the other drip tips will fit as well. That's the drip tip from the Profile Unity. Yeah, it fits, but it's kind of a bit loose and also a bit overhanging. Yeah, so you'll have to check with your own 810 drip tips, because this is really thick drip tip. Yeah, you see the difference between them. So okay, let's put back the original drip tip. This actually looks nice as well. Okay, that's it. Now let's prime it and fill it. So today I'll be trying the new Wicklicker Kurimu yogurt one, and this is the raspberry one. So let's try this one, actually. So let's prime first the top. Put a little bit of juice. And now the rest just goes here on the top. No, let's see. Now let's try to put a drop on the side and see what happens when we put the cap back on, if it's gonna come out there or not. So that was this side. Actually, it's not. Wow, I'm surprised. See, my finger is dry. It's not coming out on the side. Okay, obviously it gets stuck here on the top. You can see, yeah, and also on here, but it's not actually coming out on the side. If you have a drop on this, I was thinking about that it's going to come out, but it's not. Okay, that's actually good. I like that. Okay, that's pretty much it about the close-up. So we have our the Ohmage tank. We have 4 more coils which come with that, and I think this is the industry only one tank which is supplied with 5 coils in a pack. That's actually really interesting. Okay, so let's try to puff on it. Here we go. I'm back on top. So let's load the mode with the battery. I have a Samsung 21700 here ready to go. $54.5. So let's go with the suggested wattage rating and see how it performs then. So on the Ohmage, it actually looks pretty nice. Nice and flash, no overhangs and everything like. Let's see, actually, I completely forgot to see what's the diameter. And it reads here at the base 27. I have read that it's actually 26 or 25.5. Now it on my it measures 27 on the top. It measures 27 as well. So I don't know. My showing here 27. Now it's reading 0.2 ohms. And 0.2 recommended was 40 to 55 watts. So let's bring it down to 40. And at 40 watts. It's interesting. It says 40 watts and will be firing then at 2.85. Oops. 2.85 volts. Okay, let's try. The airflow actually wide open. The draw on it is actually quite tight for a Subohm tank. Direct to long hit. I would like to have a bit more airflow actually. It's definitely unrestricted direct long hits with it. Although if you take a look on the coil size, the diameter is big enough for direct long hit. Yeah, there's enough air actually going through it. So the problem is then down here, wide open, but still not enough airflow for a really airy direct long hit. Let's say like on this one. On on the profile, it's a bit more the perfect airflow. On this is more actually restricted one. Now let's try to close it halfway. So 3. If you close it halfway, then we have kind of airflow similar to the Aegis Boost. And now let's close it completely. There's still air going through, although it's closed completely. Let's try to take a pull with fully closed airflow. Yeah, then we have just like regular kind of cigarette-like draw actually for MTL. Although in the Subohm MTL is actually catching catching a little bit. Okay. I am not a big fan of Subohm tanks and puffing and MTL, so that's why I'll keep this one wide open. It's actually kind of loud as well, you know, with these little holes. I think it's a lot of air going through. It's like whistling. The airflow is whistling through the holes. Could be actually improved on that. You can actually hear that. It's quite loud tank. Okay, let's bring up the wattage. We have 40 watts, and it was rated 40 to 55 at 0.2. So let's bring it up to 45 now. Yeah, 45. I'm kind of getting already like a bit like a dry burn taste at 45 and 3 volts setting. Yeah, it's actually a little bit on the burn side. Interesting. Why is that? Okay, maybe the coil is not fully saturated yet, although we are live already, like, and that liquid's been in there for at least like 5 minutes before. Okay, let's put it aside for now. Now, what is interesting is actually this tool. And what is this tool meant to be? I have no clue as well. And actually, I can show you the website of the manufacturer. Let's share the screen. So that's the official website from the manufacturer, Dovpo. Yeah, the Ohmage Subohm Tank. They said it's balanced flavor and vapor production, and e-liquid is quick absorbent. Not in this case with this 70/30 yogurt liquid from Vic Liquor. And in the product description, there is really almost nothing. We have the industry's first dual stack mesh, same as on the box basically. Comes in 2 colors, in black and a silver. Okay, exploded view on the tank, how to fill it, nothing extraordinary there. And here you can see as well, 0.2 is 40 to 55 watts and 0.16 is 30 to 45 watts. This is actually interesting because usually, and that's what's the physics, you know, the Ohm's law says if you have lower resistance, you have to put more watts on it. But here they somehow turned it upside down. I don't know why is that. And obviously the view of what's in the box, and that's it. There's nothing else on the website. And what for is this tool, this little tool I'm holding in my hand? I have no clue. It's actually not written. And I checked a couple of YouTube videos. Nobody's talking about this guy. What for is there? Don't ask me. If you know, please put in the comments what is meant for. Okay. So speaking of comments, we have comments coming in. Hi, Anne. I'm an expert. Oh, I'm not an expert. I'm just sharing my first views on a tank. Okay. Now, hi, Nars. Yeah. Buenas noches. He's in Spain. So let's try again, because I kind of didn't really like the bit of burnt taste which came out. Kind of started to get a bit burny. I'm really surprised about the mod. Actually, it's so light in the hand. Okay. Yeah, I'd say 45 watts is about the max on the 0.2 ohm coil. Let's bring it back down to 40. Yeah, I'd say 40 for my tastes would be the perfect on this tank. The flavor, I would say the flavor is okay, not to compare with RTA or RDA. Obviously, that's a regular tank. It's with a mesh coil, but the flavor, at least right now, let's see how the flavor maybe comes out. The coil needs to break in first, but right now the flavor is okay, but nothing wow extraordinary. But anyway, I'll be trying this tank out, puffing more on it, and then give you my final thoughts the next Monday. If there are no more questions, then that's it for tonight. I'll be puffing on this for the rest of the week and give you my final thoughts and thumbs up or thumbs down then on next Monday. So stay tuned. Click on that subscribe if you want to see more and get notification when we go live. Thank you very much, everybody who is watching, and we'll see you soon next Monday at 7. Bye-bye.